How's it going, everyone? Just a quick video to help you guys navigate the ESP and understand the project. This is called Workflow ESP for Modders, and the whole thing started last year when I started working with Melchior and everybody else from OAMB, and I started helping Melchior expand on the showcase cells that OAMB offers on the DevTools. This, for example, is something I built, assembling all of the prefab and the shell pieces, rocks and styles for the mold texture. And I did one for every vanilla texture. And also another major inspiration is this wonderful work by Shiva Theo. Hoping I'm pronouncing their name right, otherwise I apologize. And this is another amazing thing done for Tamriel Data. Both the DevTools and TD Helper have one thing in common. They work with the premise of a concept. So for example, in here we have Imperial. So we have all of the references available from all of the tabs inside the construction set, from activators to statics, doors, whatever, everything. So you can come in here and see, okay, this is Valathi, this is Telvanni, this is Dwemer, etc. And the same goes for the work that Melchior started with OAMB. You may click on something like the Bitter Coast, and then you have everything available for the Bitter Coast, from trees to rocks to the scum, etc. I decided that I thought that there could be room for something else, which is assembling the big three. By the big three, I mean vanilla, OAMB, and Tamriel Data together, but here with a different premise that is meant to complement and add to what's already done and maintained on these other two initiatives. In here, you will see that every cell is named after one of the tabs of the object window. So let's just try something in here, the weapon tab. So you come in here in the weapon tab, and this is a cell with every single weapon from vanilla, OAMB, and Tamriel Data. And you have always a reference NPC. This naked little guy will be everywhere, just to offer you some perspective. And the notes are always going to help you understand how the objects were organized, how are they structured inside the cell. So in here, for example, you're always going to have, starting from the left, vanilla, then OAMB, then Tamriel Data. And this illustrates the point that maybe you're working on your mod and there's a two-handed sword that you want to offer to a certain NPC or as a reward. You're not going to have anybody developing an original model for you, so you want to see what's available out there for you to repurpose to create your weapon as a reward or for an enemy to use. So you can come in here and you can check every single mesh available. And you can do that with pretty much the goal, hopefully, is to offer, again, every single reference inside the construction set from every tab. So if you see here, you have Activator was a monster thing to assemble. So you have banners, signs, shrines, similar things, Dwemer, furniture, miscellaneous, sounds, visual effects, water, lava. You have sometimes an assembly here like alchemy, security, and smithing all together. Every single book mesh, every door mesh available. This is an interesting cell to show, which is kind of an exception. This is a spin-off, actually a subgroup of the static tab, which is by far the largest tab. So as you see here, and it took me a long time to assemble this, but I'm actually very proud. You have every single rock formation, natural formation, from the big three, every single thing. So you have from huge mountaintop that they offer, you have sometimes bridges, you have the arcs, you have some niched types, you have the styles, another niche sets. Again, you're gonna go here in the note and see how everything is organized. But this is actually a good example, very didactic. The rock groups. Maybe you're just finishing your dungeon, you wanna add some rock groups to the side, sort of finish it up, finish things up. Usually we go for the standards, right? These guys from OAMB, classic or even vanilla ones. But here you can have a notion from the smallest little guys, from OAMB all the way up to some maybe more obscure rock groups that you have never seen from Tamriel Data. And then you can come in here and choose what you want and repurpose it, either with a new texture or taking as is. And you're going to see here you have boulders, and back here you're going to be able to come to every one of these tabs and just maybe find what you're looking for. This here, for example, is every single armor from Tamriel Data. Let's try our luck, see if it doesn't crash. I think it will. a lot of huge cells loaded at the same time. Oh, it didn't. Thank you, Naravar. Okay, so in here you have every single armor from Tamriel data. And the notes are just going to help you navigate, because the naming system from TD, they use racial sort of nomenclature. So in here, you can come and you can check every single piece of armor available from Tamriel data. I intend to maintain this, so removing deprecated references, adding new ones, etc. So maybe some of you have never seen something like this, which may be considered a more obscure armor set, or something actually brand new that it isn't even implemented on a release from Tamriel rebuilt, but already available for use inside Tamriel data. So you can come in here, choose what you want. So inside this project, you will have things like maybe an armor set that you just want to take this guy, customize your NPC, and is ready to go. Or sometimes when you need a little bit more inspiration in terms of repurposing something. Say, for example, we want to come in here. Sorry about that. Say here, alchemy, security, and smithing. Oh, we crashed. How beautiful. Not a huge problem. Let's come back in here. I think you guys already get the point. But just to finish it up, here we have the alchemy, security, and smithing tab. So again, the notes are going to help you find your way around. Here, for example, is every single ingredient mesh available from the Big 3, organized, and maybe you want to repurpose something or just take it and use it in your mod. Every single alchemical apparatus, and the drinks is a very good example, again, very didactic. You may come in here and find a mesh that you enjoy, but you want to repurpose that. You don't just want to use it as is. It may be a special drink with certain custom magical properties. You can just come in here and check all of the meshes. And some you're probably not going to repurpose. Say, for example, the hammers, some custom ones here offered by OMB and Tamriel data. Or maybe much less probable, the probes and the lockpicks. And again, with the ingredients, you may have some repurposing that you can think is proper to do. But just to wrap it up, you may see that apart from the showcase cells, you have, just so you know, when you find this little symbol in the beginning, is because it's not done. For example, this one is a work in progress. I'm still organizing. This is the container cell, which will have all of the containers. I just want to talk about the MR. So SC stands for showcase. If it starts with this, they are still a work in progress. Otherwise, it's ready to go. But you will find MR stands for Modder's Resource. And this here I assembled for some other resources out there that don't have a showcase cell to actually feature their work. So I built one for them. I am not going to package this even when the official version gets released for the Modathon. I don't feel right doing this. I think that will preclude people, especially because this is aimed at modders, not players. So if you want to see what's available, all you have to do is come in here in this cell, ignore the warnings. You will get this link, the author, and you will go download everything. I used all the standard data paths and naming systems, so everything here is out of the box, how the modder packaged it. All you have to do is dump it in your data files and you're good to go. So if anybody else has any questions, because this is already too long, just hit me up on Discord and we'll talk. Hopefully this will help you guys get a head start for this Modathon. This has been an absolute pleasure to make for the community, and hopefully you guys can get a use out of it.